Ever wondered who would come out on top in a head-to-head military showdown? Today, we're diving deep into one of the most debated matchups of the 21st century, the United States versus China. This isn't about predicting a conflict, but about understanding the incredible capabilities each nation brings to the table. We'll look at everything from budgets and manpower to cutting-edge technology and global presence. So, buckle up, because we're about to explore the world's two most powerful military forces. Let's start with the big number. Money. The United States has the largest defense budget in the world, by a long shot. We're talking over $800 billion annually. This massive investment funds everything from advanced research and development to maintaining a global network of military bases. It allows the U.S. to project power anywhere on the planet and sustain complex, long-term operations. Now, let's turn to China. Its official defense budget is the second largest globally, sitting around $230 billion. While that's significantly less than the U.S., it's important to remember a few things. First, China's military modernization is happening at a breathtaking pace. That budget has seen double-digit growth for years. Second, many analysts believe the actual spending is much higher than the official figures. This rapid investment is transforming the People's Liberation Army, or PLA, from a massive, land-based force into a high-tech powerhouse. When it comes to people, the numbers are staggering. China has the world's largest active-duty military with over 2 million personnel. That's a huge pool of manpower. The United States has around 1.4 million active-duty troops. But military strength isn't just about numbers. The U.S. military is an all-volunteer force known for its extensive training, professionalism, and combat experience gained from decades of global deployments. Special operations forces like the Navy SEALs and Army Green Berets are considered the gold standard worldwide. China, on the other hand, is working hard to professionalize its ranks. They're moving away from a conscript-based model and focusing on creating a more skilled, career-oriented military. They are investing heavily in realistic training exercises, often simulating conflicts with a technologically advanced adversary. While they may lack the recent combat experience of the U.S., they are rapidly closing the gap in training and readiness. Now, let's talk hardware, starting with naval power. This is where the U.S. has a decisive, long-standing advantage. The U.S. Navy operates 11 nuclear-powered aircraft carriers. To put that in perspective, the rest of the world combined has just a handful, and none are as large or capable as the American Nimitz or Ford-class carriers, these floating air bases, each carrying an air wing of over 75 aircraft, allow the U.S. to project overwhelming air power anywhere there's an ocean. The U.S. also boasts a massive fleet of destroyers, cruisers, and the world's most advanced submarine force, primarily composed of nuclear-powered attack and ballistic missile submarines that can operate silently for months on end. China's Navy, the plan, has been on a shipbuilding spree that's almost unbelievable. They now have the largest navy in the world by number of ships. They currently operate 2 aircraft carriers, the Liaoning and the Shandong, with a third, more advanced carrier, the Fujian, undergoing sea trials. The Fujian is significant because it features electromagnetic catapults, a technology previously unique to the latest U.S. carriers, allowing it to launch heavier and more varied aircraft. China is also rapidly producing advanced destroyers, frigates, and submarines. Their focus seems to be on creating an anti-access area denial bubble, making it very risky for enemy navies to operate close to their shores. Moving to the skies, the U.S. Air Force is unmatched in terms of size, technology, and experience. It operates the world's largest and most advanced fleet of 5th-generation stealth fighters, the F-22 Raptor and the F-35 Lightning. These aircraft are designed to be virtually invisible to enemy radar, giving them a huge advantage in any air-to-air combat. Add to that a massive fleet of bombers like the B-2 Spirit stealth bomber and the B-52, plus an extensive network of refueling tankers and transport planes, and you have an air force with true global reach. The People's Liberation Army Air Force, or PLAF, is catching up fast. Their pride is the J-20 Mighty Dragon. What about the weapons of the future? We're talking about things that sound like science fiction: hypersonic missiles, artificial intelligence, and space warfare. This is a critical new domain of competition. Hypersonic missiles travel at over 5 times the speed of sound and can maneuver in flight, making them incredibly difficult to track and intercept. Both the U.S. and China are racing to develop and deploy these weapons. China has reportedly deployed some hypersonic systems already, potentially giving them an edge. In this specific area, the U.S. is pouring billions into its own hypersonic programs to close any potential gap. Then there's space. Satellites are the backbone of modern militaries. They handle communication, navigation, through GPS and intelligence gathering. Both nations are developing capabilities to disrupt or destroy enemy satellites, a concept known As counterspace or anti-satellite warfare, the nation that controls the high ground of space could have a decisive advantage in a future conflict on Earth. Finally, we can't forget about nuclear weapons. Both the United States and China are nuclear powers. The U.S. has a large, diverse, and well-maintained nuclear arsenal, forming a triad of delivery systems: land-based intercontinental ballistic missiles, submarine-launched ballistic missiles, and strategic bombers. This ensures a credible second strike capability. China has historically maintained a smaller nuclear arsenal with a policy of no first use. However, they are currently undergoing a massive expansion and modernization of their nuclear forces. They are building hundreds of new missile silos and developing more advanced delivery systems. This rapid buildup is changing the strategic nuclear balance and is a major point of concern for international observers. So, who wins? The answer is complex. In a hypothetical all-out global conflict today, the United States still holds a significant advantage. Its experienced military, technological superiority, and global network of allies and bases are formidable assets. The U.S. Navy and Air Force have the power and reach to dominate in most scenarios. However, if we're talking about a conflict in China's backyard, say over the Taiwan Strait, the picture gets much murkier. China's anti-access area denial strategy, combined with its geographic proximity, massive missile arsenal, and growing naval and air power, would make any U.S. intervention incredibly costly and difficult. The tyranny of distance would work against the U.S., while China would be fighting on its home turf. In conclusion, the United States remains the world's preeminent military superpower. But China is closing the gap at an unprecedented rate. The U.S. has the edge in experience, power projection, and key technologies like aircraft carriers and stealth aircraft. China leverages its massive industrial capacity, rapid technological development, and geographic advantages to challenge that dominance. Particularly in its own region, the military balance is not static. It's a dynamic race. Understanding these capabilities isn't about cheering for war, but about appreciating the complex strategic landscape of our world. Thanks for watching this deep dive into the U.S. and Chinese militaries. What aspects